咦，你找错钱了，我给你一张20块的。
真的？
嗯。
好。
哎，你干什么？现在你是收工具了，来维持工作，快点，快点。
他的意思按那么多的。他的意思按那么多的。
TG4 T 代表的是天使 ，G 代表爱尔兰语，读作卡赫的 C 是提示拼图的意思。TG4 是爱尔兰语电视台。
All right, mate. How was your flight? How was your flight, mate?
Bawa lum laba ansho.
Oi, Enki.
You stupid machine ate my money again.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Can you translate what this guy is saying? I don't speak Chinese.
I'm Mongolian.
All right.
Maybe he's looking for a bed.
A bed, of course. No worries, mate. Welcome to Dublin.
愛爾蘭嘅首都係位在東部嘅都柏林，也當然係國家嘅政治和經濟中心。我提供嘅講到歷史、文化、語言，四部真係精華所在。而且做乜嘅體育卡好，為將總部殺到過年會。
Main point is in Ireland we have 4 television channels. You have 2 national public service broadcasters and a commercial broadcaster, and we're the 4th national channel. And we put a lot of emphasis on regional coverage in that the other 3 channels are based in the capital of Ireland in Dublin, and we're based in the region. So we put a lot of emphasis on the Irish language, on the regions outside of Dublin, and that there is more to Ireland than Dublin, that there is 32 counties in this Ireland, and we need to give adequate coverage to all parts of this island and indeed to the Irish diaspora abroad.
Because we're broadcasting in a minority language, we like to give a different viewpoint of that language community. We're also based in the west of Ireland, whereas RTE, the main service, is based in Dublin. So that provides us with an opportunity of providing different kind of stories that reflect life in the west of Ireland, and maybe other stories viewed through the lenses of a minority language community.
Probably rush hour.
In Irish, son. Tom, it's a gaeltacht inis.
從夏季出發，當年有6點鐘嘅節目係用愛爾蘭語來放送，內容包含卡通、戲劇、新聞、傳統語文、體育比賽列調。可能那會議是 S4C 某些加泰隆尼亞 TV3 比起來，體育卡可掌算係2年電視台界嘅後場嘅。我也是認為看到前輩嘅經驗。體育卡可當清楚，透過媒體做語言傳信，最重要嘅是要寫到觀眾來看。我主要嘅對象非常嘅明確，是國家未來嘅主任務。因為佢哋正係扮演傳信兩者事當中或選擇者嘅角色。
When they're flicking through, they have so many options from the point of view of channels to watch. When they're flicking through the channels, we want them to select TG4 because we have the best programs, not because their teacher tells them to watch TG4, or not because it's the good thing to do, their parents tell them to watch TG4. So we want the kids to make the decision when they're zapping because they liked the programming. So a lot of the programs that we would choose would be big international brands that would be recognised maybe worldwide, both on TV and also outside of television. If you look at TG4 in general, is in around a 3% share is the average that TG4 would expect to get, or maybe slightly less. And for our kids programming, say for example for the preschool block, the average would be more along the lines of a 4 or 5% share. So the kids' audience is always as strong, if not stronger, than the general audience for TG4. So that's really positive for us, because really they're the foundation of who's going to watch TG4, in 10 years, 20 years.
為寫到後生族群放鬆嘅內容，自然做唔得太死板，所以TG4都保存傳統價值嘅同時，也很記得我再現愛爾蘭最現代嘅一面。
We don't just make us look like the best people in the world, We show all sides of the Irish people and the Irish culture, but we have great pride in the Irish culture that it is the oldest still spoken vernacular language in Europe. Latin and Greek are older, but they're not spoken anymore, so we are the oldest language. And we try to present a modern image of the Irish language. So we make modern drama in the west of Ireland where it's credible that the people speak the language. And then we have young actors and good-looking people. Our presenters are renowned to be the best-looking presenters in the whole of Ireland. So it's, again, the image, changing the image that the people had of it being a sort of an irrelevant language in some cases, an old language that really only spoke to older people.
Don't understand it, and you're saying, what do you want to drink? Guinness. Huh? It's good. It's Irish. Huh?
6 years awak. Agus can I make job? Cad is anam dit?
You mean is anam dum. Hannig me in an chin.
In ye? Agus Lorian to Gaelga.
Donna me on tanga ma ba wat lum vega mahoney in Erin. Ach, nimmer quid gaeliga go ma. Ni higan anya cad derum.
Sean, 2 points, please.
Yeah. Caught me shavy ag from gaeliga. Or cap'n go batune. Better knobs mean if my.
Tom, Gaeliga níos faragad. No, I can quit this modina sa here seo.
Ni higam.
Loríther Bella an seo.
Bella?
Bella. O Hasana.
Ní la ríther gaeliga.
Ní loríther.
Ach ag gach fógra.
Well, tá an teanga ón ach ní loríther í ach I gúpla ceantarnéring.
Here, did you know that El Paddy could speak Chinese?
我哋家全球唯一的爱尔兰语电视台，什么任何语言教学相关的节目，电到本人当后期做乜嘅個安樣。
Do you have any specific program is teaching Irish?
No, we don't see ourselves directly as teachers of the language. Our primary role is to provide a television service primarily in the Irish language. An indirect consequence of that may be that people are being taught the language. So we don't really have programmes that teaches the language. Our focus and our aim is to maximise the audience. So there are different ways to maximise the audience. The first way is obviously to make programmes and to broadcast programmes and to probably attract people and entice people to watch TG4. So that's the first way. The second way is subtitling most programmes, because I believe if we subtitle most of our programmes, we aren't alienating anybody, in that if you haven't fluent Irish or maybe have only a few words of Irish, by subtitling the content, we are attracting people into the channel, and people who can't speak the language can follow TG4 programming. And the third element is, I suppose, that the cultural dimension, that there is, we'll say, culture and music and sport. And music and sport have no linguistic barriers, so you don't need to have fluency in any language to watch football matches or soccer matches or listen to beautiful Irish music. So they're the three ways that we have to maximise the language, to maximise the audience, and to make sure that as much people as possible can access and enjoy TG4.
We definitely do not teach the language.
Why not? I don't understand.
Because, you know, the purpose of the TV station is as an entertainment tool. So for all these years, the only interaction kids had with the Irish language was always through school, and always in a scenario where they had to learn it and they had to, you know, it was educational. Whereas from when TG4 started, they have that educational aspect in school, but they also have a daily point of interaction with the channel or with the language that's purely entertainment, and that's purely fun, and that's purely something that they enjoy.
Từ開台4年之後，作為愛爾蘭公共廣播集團 RTE 嘅分支 TG4，對人事、人員、知名度、然後收視率各方面，常常起漲腳步，開始出現獨立生態嘅想法，希望做得到哈那個自主性，然後哈那憲法嘅自然分配。呢種想法對2000年通過 Broadcasting Act 廣播法案，本 TG4從 RTE 獨立嘅法面基礎之後做得實現。經過17年嘅打拼，人員也行上軌道之後，2007年4月初日 ，TG4正式脫離愛爾蘭公共集團獨立嘅運作。
Well, I think the main thing is focus, that we have a very clear focus, that we have one television channel. We have one clear job to do, and that is to provide a strong, independent television service for the people of this island. Before this, we were part of a bigger organisation where there were 2 other television channels, there were numerous radio channels and numerous other services. We were a very, very small company within a huge corporation. Now we are an independent company. We can make our own business decisions. We can adopt our own strategy. We have our own independent board. So we have a very clear focus and we know what we want. We want a strong and vibrant television service coming from the independent sector to serve all the people on this island.
不過，就算 TG 卡赫土地生態，佢哋還係要公共電視性質，當然要傳播擴散了天然資源普遍預算，所以還係撈公共集團 RTE 有密切嘅合作關係。
We still work together in the sense that they provide us with 365 hours of programming. So they provide us with our news service every day, a half-hour news bulletin every day. So that's a core service. And of course, as a national television broadcaster, we work together. Sometimes we work together in acquiring sports rights. We work together if it's to the benefit of both organisations. So, I mean, we're a small economy, we're a small country, and at times, if it suits, if it will benefit TG, we will work with other broadcasters and with other media organisations, and very often we do work with RTE.
I always discuss with them in advance what kind of programming they would like. I would never commission anything for them that we hadn't agreed in advance. So I feel I have a very good relationship with them in that way. The relationship between the 2 broadcasters is a little bit different, I have to say now, because naturally, if one broadcaster is completely independent, you become like rivals in a way. All broadcasters are vying for the same audience. So it is a little bit different in that sense, I suppose.
脫離之後 ，TG 卡赫還係進一步觀察財體性嘅紅原則，加咗數據做啲動作證明。TG 卡赫嘅節目大體外包嘅。 所以正式的人工唔算多，漲75屆，我差唔多對來自愛爾蘭語起，我都會講當話題嘅愛爾蘭語。後來 TG 卡赫當然用到維持愛爾蘭語節目嘅經費是高達2000萬歐元以上，將佢年度預算嘅流上，為愛爾蘭語起創造了350隻節目，變做當地最大嘅投資者。
Apart from our remit to provide an Irish-speaking service to those people who decide to use the Irish language, our remit also included to establish an industry in the country, an Irish-speaking industry in the West Coast especially. So they both go hand in hand together.
不過，到開播13年之後 ，TG 卡赫面臨到一隻最新嘅挑戰。從去年12月爆發，引起美國嘅金融海嘯，日前3年之前嘅狂潮，某個幾乎是叛國態勢中，中國揮取自刀。 出口投向嘅愛爾蘭外資慣廠，赤字經濟一下子衰退，新加坡突破10%，政府做得大多嘅稅突然減少，財政行業困難。從2008年代開始漫長嘅全球性金融風暴，唔單止係本土嘅衝擊到愛爾蘭，又影響到有95%以上嘅經費係來自政府補助嘅 TG 卡赫。 從2007年嚟計，佢哋年度經費係3100萬歐元，到嚟2008年嚟計，佢哋經費大幅度提升，變咗3800萬歐元。我今年又係2009年嚟計，佢哋經費本三減，漲到3523萬，到嚟少睇嚟12.5%嘅經費，又係高達新台幣2.2萬。而萬部 TG 卡赫其實維持佢哋節目嘅品質係下來佢哋面對嘅最大考驗。
Global downturn, we're all affected. TG Cahir has 3 sources of revenue, financial revenue or other revenues. We have direct grant and aid from the government. This year, initially, it was about €39 million. As well as that, we have commercial income, and the third source is programming we get from RTE. We get 365 hours of programming every year from RTE at no cost to TG Cahir. So the programming continues from RTE. Our commercial revenue is down about 30% or so, and I think it's the same story with all television broadcasters and all media throughout the world. And our grant and aid has been cut by about 2.8 million. It's tough on TG4, but we'll have to continue. We'll have to continue to make programmes, be more efficient, be more prudent. And I think there's a general deflation in the market, and that services and salaries and all elements are getting cheaper, are being downsized. So I think because of the general downturn in the economy, we'll be able to produce and to present the same range of programming for less money.